RE/MAX results. Welcome to Rochester Real Estate, featuring Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results and Andy Brownell. Here's Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk, 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Good morning. I'm Andy Brownell with News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM. And of course, joined this Saturday morning, as always, by Robin Gwaltney with Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results. Good morning, Robin.
Hey, good morning.
So, kind of a boring weekend for you this weekend after last week's festivities.
Exactly. So we did have our big grand opening at our Wabasha office, and I do want to just make something very clear. I am still selling real estate in Rochester and all the areas around here, because people are like, oh, are you going to only work in Wabasha now? And that is not the case at all. As a matter of fact, the reason we opened an office in Wabasha is because we have 4 other team members that live over there, 3 in Wabasha and 1 in Pepin. So it works out really well for them to have a local office. And I will certainly be in and out of that office, and as of right now, I plan to spend my Wednesdays there. So if anybody in Wabasha wants to come into the office to see me when I'm there, Wednesday is a good day to do that. Otherwise, anytime by appointment. It's no different than, running to Owatonna or Lake City or Red Wing or any of those other places that we sometimes have to go to work. So we cover the whole of southeast Minnesota, and we plan to just continue to grow that range and go with even further reaches. We recently listed a house down in Brownsville. Gosh, it's beautiful down there. Have you been there?
Oh yeah, down there in the bluffs and everything.
Yes, and her house is right up in a hillside, which is the most gorgeous, breathtaking view of the river. So I mean, the more people we have, and people living in all different communities, it really makes it easy for us to spread out and just cover more area.
A sign of a growing and vibrant company.
Yes, absolutely. And Wabasha is just so close to my heart. It's where I was born and raised, and same with the other agents that are working there. Sherry and Abby and Jackie are all from Wabasha as well, so it's really nice, because we feel like we're back at home. And our intention is not just to sell real estate in Wabasha and the surrounding area. We really want to emerge into that community and do a lot for that community, because it's such a great community and our wheels are just spinning. So, we bought that beautiful office building, and we've got some space in it that we're going to use for community space, and we've got some really fun ideas. So I'm excited about all that, because real estate really is about building up the communities that we serve, right?
Absolutely. It's so neat that historic building is now repurposed.
Yeah, and it's looking so good. We just really have been working hard on it, and it looks just gorgeous. So initially we were only going to rent it, and we were only going to have that front space, but then the owner of the building decided she wanted to sell it. So I'm like, well, now that we've put all this work into it and we've decided this is going to be our office, I couldn't just let her sell it and then somebody else come in and say, oh, we don't want to lease to you, so after your lease is up, you're out. So we bought it.
So you have, two bases now, Rochester and Wabasha.
Correct.
But you had the big party last weekend.
I was a little nervous because of COVID and crowds, but we were very, very careful. We had a band, and they played outside. We had the whole Heritage Park, so we had the picnic tables spread far apart, so people were only sitting close to the people they came with. They also carried in their lawn chairs and stuff. We served all the food out of one food truck, so the people serving the food had, masks and gloves, and the line was spread out. We marked it so that people were 6 feet apart, so people, for the most part, were even wearing their masks outside, which I thought was awesome. But it was very successful. We started at 3 in the afternoon, and our grand opening ran from 3 to 5. And the reason we did that purposely was so that we could have more people come through and not everybody there at once. And we just took a couple of small groups through at a time, and it worked out really good. So everybody got to see what we're doing over there, and it was fun, and I'm so excited about it. I think it's going to be really good. Good for us and for the community.
You made a big splash is what you did.
Yeah, and could we have had better weather? At the end of September, it was like 80 degrees. It was so awesome.
Yeah, you lucked out is what you did there. That's for sure.
We sure
'cause
did.
You never, ever know.
Yep,
And,
taking a risk, but it turned out great.
The work you've done inside that building for your office, you put a lot of detail into making that look. I mean, it just
It's
jumps
pretty.
out.
Yeah, no, I feel like I felt really well received by the community. We just got, I don't know, at the end of the day, I think we had nearly 20 plants and bouquets sent. We had so many people personally approach us and say, thank you so much for coming. And, we've got that beautiful listing over there at 612 Lawrence Boulevard, which is, that gorgeous big 6,500 square foot house with the in-ground pool, and it's $1,300,000. I mean, it's beautiful. So we were also bringing realtor tours through. So I think we took, because quite a few of the realtors from other companies and from the RE/MAX Results company, both in Rochester and the Twin Cities, came. And so we were bringing people through, and the sellers were so happy to meet all of these wonderful agents and have them all get exposed to their homes so that, if they potentially have a buyer, then they'll know what it's all about and can bring them over.
I never even think about that, the Twin Cities market, and especially a property like that. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of folks that the drive down the river on a weekend is nothing.
Right. And now, we've said this a million times, but life has changed since COVID. If you're working from home, it doesn't matter if you live close to your office anymore.
Right.
So it gives people freedom. A lot of people that I know have sold their houses in Rochester to move to their cabins and live there full time because they can.
Well, they were planning to probably eventually.
Yeah. Yep. Just sped up the process.
And all this technology, right? It's changed things in a way that they were headed to anyway. It just put the gas pedal on and got us there a lot quicker than anybody imagined.
But it's nice because then as they're selling their homes here, it's opening inventory for people who need homes here. So
Right.
it's really nice the way it works, because that supply and demand thing has been a real challenge.
So now that you're in Wabasha established, and you wanted to emphasize that does not at all in any way, shape, or form diminish your activity in Rochester. You also mentioned that you're doing things throughout this part of the state. How far out do you go? I mean, Brownsville is, it's well over an hour.
Yeah, and it was a personal referral, and we actually have Sherry. You met Sherry on our team,
Yes.
And she's from Wabasha originally, but she had lived down in Holman, Wisconsin, and so she's very familiar with the area and has a lot of friends down there. So that's a listing that she's interested in helping with because it's in her neck of the woods type thing.
But you also mentioned Owatonna, so you go off to the west as well.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple of our agents. Bill lives out in Casson.
Yep.
So we've got agents that it's not that far to go, right? So it works out really well. And when people say, do you serve this area or that area? Clearly, if we have a RE/MAX Results office, then I will just partner up with somebody out of that office so that the client's getting their best service from somebody who knows the market well. And that's the great thing about working for RE/MAX Results, because I think over the state of Minnesota and now into Wisconsin, John just bought 3 offices down in La Crosse. So now we have La Crosse as well, and across the bridge over in Red Wing. So I forget the name of that. Town.
Across from Red Wing is
Yeah.
Prescott.
Yes. So he has office there and lots of different places. So we're just growing. So it's really nice.
That's not right. It's not Prescott, is it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that is where he has an
Nelson's
office.
across the river from
Wabasha.
From you guys.
Yeah.
And then it's Pepin from there. So maybe, maybe, okay.
Yeah, I think it is.
You know what we're going to do? We're gonna
at any rate.
We're going to take a break, and I'm going to Google it.
Okay, you do that.
And we'll be back with more Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results on News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
I deserve a reward. After all,
With Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Good morning and welcome back. I'm Andy Brownell with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results. And I guess we were both wrong.
Sort of wrong, sort of right.
Hager City is across from Red Wing.
But Prescott is where we have a RE/MAX Results office, so you have to cross in Hastings.
In Hastings, okay.
Yes.
Another one of those river towns.
But to my point, all the way from the Twin Cities down to La Crosse, on both sides of the river, RE/MAX Results can serve you. So it's a pretty nice, broad range.
I'm just imagining all the people who were yelling at the radios going, "Oh,
You idiots."
Hager City, what are you thinking?"
Yeah. Oh, well. We figured it out, but you figured it out. Google
Oh,
helped.
well, you're pretty close. How's that?
Good.
So, I imagine you've got some new listings to talk about because we haven't talked about new listings in quite a while.
We do, but I want to talk about something else first.
Okay.
So I know I've been sounding like a broken record because I keep saying the same things week after week, but the prices of homes, I mean, people are calling me in for a listing appointment, and literally, like, I was at an appointment a couple days ago, and literally they've owned their house 5 years, and it's increased $125,000.
What?
Yeah. So, I mean, the home prices are just soaring, and the statistics say that they have soared to a 30-year high between May and July. Okay, so home prices rose 6.5% year over year in July, and 12 in that 12-month period. So it's like prices are just going crazy, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the inventory is so low. So it's like, if you want it, you'll pay for it. And a lot of times the reason they're selling for so much is because they're selling for over the asking price. You know, it's not as crazy in our market as it is in some. Like, I talk to my real estate friends all across the country, and they talk about bidding $40,000 over and still not getting it. I'm like, that is nutso crazy. So even though our interest rates are the lowest they've been in 63 years, our prices just continue to go higher and higher and higher. So the two kind of balance each other out. And everything I've heard is that the feds don't plan on touching those interest rates at least until mid or end of 2023. Wow. So, you know, it's going to be a while that we're going to have these really awesome, affordable rates. But if the prices continue to go up, it's going to become less of an advantage or less of a positive. So it's going to be more of a necessity to be able to afford the houses.
Oh, my goodness. You know, it's way back in the dark months of April and March, and we were talking about the market during the depths of the pandemic, and you were predicting that we would see this market right about now.
Yeah.
August, September, October.
I feel almost like I had a crystal ball.
You must have had a crystal ball.
Yeah, because exactly, I mean, I even listened back to the shows and I'm like, yep, this is exactly what I thought would happen. And I mean, so many people would call me and say, Robin, you have to believe that the bottom's going to fall out. This can't just continue to go on like this. And it hasn't, and I don't see that happening not in the visible future.
Well, and so much of it is the impact of things that while the shutdown was happening, it was hard to grasp.
Yeah.
The changes in behavior that have taken place. And when you brought it up before, that when you're spending so much more time in your home, perhaps that's going to make you interested in having a nicer home or a nicer property.
Yeah, or just these spaces that you need to function. You know, it doesn't even have to be nicer, but people are all of a sudden going, okay, we had one home office and that was great, but now my husband works from home, I work from home, and our kids are schooling from home, so we need more spaces. So people are changing their houses just to fit that. And you're exactly right, people are spending a whole bunch more time at home, so they really want to love and enjoy their homes more than they ever have.
I know we've sunk money into our place that.
Yep.
Because for the, I mean, I'm not even sure we were consciously doing it. We just found ourselves doing it.
Well, because you're not taking vacations, you're not going anywhere. So it's kind of crazy, but...
and I talked to a window door guy last week. He is booked out until July of next year.
Yeah, everybody's busy. And of course, what do you suppose that does to the prices?
Right.
You know, when these subs are booked out a year and a half, they can pretty much name their price. And if you don't want to pay it, then good luck finding somebody else. And their price isn't going to be that much greater. So supply and demand, supply and demand.
Yeah, it rules the roost. That's for sure.
Yes, it is. Well, speaking of supply, I will talk about some of the listings that I have available. All right.
Okay.
So for anybody who's looking to build, we have those gorgeous, gorgeous lots out in the Sally Hill subdivision. Just absolutely beautiful. And those lots out there range anywhere between 134 up to, I think, 275. They're super nice lots, and it really is taking off. I think we have about 60% sold, so 40% available.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, a lot of people didn't go out there because there's always, I want to live in Southwest. It was kind of a big thing for a while because that's the only place that the big expensive homes were being built. But that is so not true anymore. You know, there's big, beautiful homes in all four quadrants of this city, and they're all really nice neighborhoods and, you know, really well-built homes. So people have gotten turned on to that Sally Hill subdivision because it is so close to, you know, in a minute you're on Highway 52. So if you want to head up to the cities, easy breezy. If you want to head downtown or anywhere you want to go, I mean, it's very conveniently located. And people also like the fact that it's a Century High School address, and it seems to be a really popular high school.
So those are I guess what they term suburban lots, right?
Yeah, they're a couple acres. And so when you go in out there, there's only one road in and one road out. And there's some very old, mature trees and some really beautiful backyards. And the Zumbro River runs through the far west end of the subdivision. So yeah, it's gorgeous.
So you start up on top of the hill and kind of work your way down.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
You turn right in off of 63. I've got a big sign. But anyway, so I've been getting a lot of people out there looking because, you know, the people who want to build new, finding the great lots in Rochester is harder and harder to do. But I don't want people to forget about those.
Okay, you have some more listings, but we have to take a really quick break. Okay, we'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group RE/MAX results on News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
All over America, people are taking the national...
From Gwaltney Group RE/MAX results and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Good morning and welcome back. I'm Andy Brownell with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group RE/MAX results on News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM. And we're getting them all right hot off the press, some new listings.
Yes, some new and some that have actually been there a little while, but still things I want to sell. Like, for instance, we've got a hotel in Wabasha, the Anderson House. It's a whole hotel. It's only $475,000. Somebody out there must want to open a hotel in Wabasha.
A bed and breakfast.
A bed and breakfast. I can think of a lot of really cool things. Honestly, if three families wanted to go together and use it as their weekend home, think about the fun you could have with all those rooms and those big gathering spaces. And it's chock full of antique furniture that all goes with it. So it's a deal to be had. There's no doubt about it.
I still can't believe that place is for sale.
I know, but the owners, Mrs. Seller, got a job in Florida, so they don't really like living apart. So, you know, I can't blame them.
No,
can't blame them.
Absolutely not.
So, anyway, I don't want people to forget about that opportunity. And, of course, I already spoke about 612 Lawrence Boulevard, prettiest house in Wabasha. I've had a few showings lately there, so I'm hoping that pretty soon that one's going to drop. I have a listing up at 2027 Century Hills Drive Northeast. very nice 2-story, $449,000, 4 bedrooms and 4 baths. Would love to sell that one. Also have those Piccadilly Lane townhomes. 2 of them are completely up and ready to go now, and then we'll have lots to build 42 more.
Okay.
And we have different floor plans for those. So those are out there, and those are at a good price point. They're $379,900. They're built with the kind of empty nesters in mind, I think.
Sure.
I think that's what we see happening out there. What else do I have?
The 2, we've talked about those for quite a while, but those 2 are now completely done.
Now they're complete. We started talking about them when they were being dug, but now they're ready to be moved into. So, yep, and we have a house on 810 Foxcroft Circle Southwest that's coming soon. So it's not available to get in yet, but soon it will be. And that one is adorable. It's going to sell quickly. It's $475,000. It's got 3 bedrooms and 4 baths, just under 3,000 square feet, right on Foxcroft Circle. So that's the newest because it's just coming soon as of right now.
I like that ratio, 3 bedrooms, 4 baths.
Yeah, isn't that good?
It works, that's for sure.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it absolutely does. So then I have a nice place, 3868 Cameo Place Northeast. This one's a 5-bed, 4-bath, 4,500 square feet. That one's $675,000. And we have, of course, out in that Sally Hill development, there is a model home out there, and it's not your ordinary model. It's a big, gorgeous 6,740 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 4 baths. It's listed for $1,299,000. That one's got a backyard that looks like you could have a full-size football field in it.
You can land a helicopter.
Or a soccer field. You could, definitely. Or a Remax hot air balloon ride.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's what we have. You know, I wish we had more listings, and I'm certainly, I've been to a few listing appointments this week, so I think I have some nice ones coming. So it's always exciting to get opportunity to get a house listed because, of course, that attracts buyers. So it's kind of the name of the game.
Name of the game. And hopefully, you mentioned broken record. We've talked about this before, but if you're a person who has been considering, moving on from the house you're in,
right,
especially if you're in what they call, the beginner house type, those are the homes right now you can't even hold on to them, correct?
Correct. That's absolutely right. They just fly off the shelves. And people are so excited because they'd never imagined they would ever be able to get as much money for their homes as they're getting, So
if you had the, somewhere in your brain that, boy, I'd like to move into one of those beautiful homes you just talked about that have an abundance of bathrooms and plenty of room for the kids to do their studying and maybe in a home office, maybe it's not out of your reach.
No, I think people will be pleasantly surprised between what they're going to get for the house that they're selling and what they're going to be able to get into a house for. And then factor in that lower interest rate. I think they'll be pleasantly surprised.
I think that interest rate.
So definitely a good time to move up.
That interest rate thing that we've talked about as well too, because with the value of your home going up as much as it has, and then looking to the next house, there might not be a difference in your payments, or if it is, it might not be very significant at all.
Yep, agreed. It's never, there's really truly never been a better time. So I'm seeing buyers in all price levels. Of course, we always have those first-time home buyers that are just chomping at the bit to get something, and those are the ones that are pretty tough and often into multiple offer situations. So my advice to any, new buyer out there is make sure you're lining yourself up with someone who knows how to win in multiple offers, because there's more than meets the eye. I'll say that. And then there's the people that are moving up from their starter home to a bigger house. And we always have those that are moving from their bigger house, downsizing, or we've got the families moving into their dream home. So we work with all different kind of buyers, and we're really good at putting people together with exactly what they're looking for and what suits their family well.
Absolutely. That's all the team members you have, all the spread out geography, you can pretty much handle any situation.
We absolutely can, and we have expertise across the board. If there's a subject that you want to know about, whether it's farmland or new construction, we've got somebody on the team that's an expert in every single avenue.
All right, Robin, if somebody has been listening and we've piqued their interest, perhaps, how do they get a hold of Robin Gwaltney?
Well, I will always welcome a phone call on my cell phone, and that number is 507-259-4926, or you can just simply visit gwaltneygroup.com.
And there you can see all those beautiful photos of the houses that we've been talking about. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, you have a great week, Robin.
Thanks. You do the same.
And we'll talk to you very soon next week. More Rochester area real estate here on News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results.
Mayo Clinic Radio.